Om Jai Swaha Mata.
Ravan has spies everywhere, devotees. And the spies reported back to Ravan, "Oh Ravan, Sushen diagnosed what the problem was, and Hanuman has gone to find the solution." Ravan reflected, if Hanuman fails in his mission, then Sri Ram will die. If Sri Ram dies, then Sita is all mine. Victory is mine. So Ravan, a great problem solver, he understood what the whole situation was, and therefore he decided Hanuman should be stopped. But he wouldn't go himself. Yet they said, the old broom knows the corners well. So Ravan went to a very old demon whose name was Kalnemi. Kalnemi, devotees, in his young days was very, very wicked, terrible. The exuberance of youth and stupidity of youth. But now, with age brings wisdom. So, old man, he can't do anything too much, but wisdom in his head. Ravan went to him and said, Kalnemi, I want you to go and stop Hanuman. You are the only one who can stop Hanuman. Kalnemi said, Ravan, why don't you go and stop Hanuman? When Hanuman came and burned the whole of Lanka, nobody could have stopped him. And you want me to go to stop him? Ravan, what you have done is something wrong. You have abducted Sita Mata. If you want to live, and live honorably, as best as possible, and enjoy, give Sita Mata back to Sri Ram. And not only that, glorify Sri Ram. Surrender on his lotus-like feet. Sri Ram is no ordinary man, Ravan. Ram Brahm Paramarti Rupa, Abigat Alak Anadi Anupa. That is Sri Ram, Ravan. Ravan became angry. He said, Kalnemi, I didn't ask you to be my guru, you know. I have asked you to go and stop Hanuman. Kalnemi saying, trying, Ravan, don't go this pathway. This pathway is a wrong one. Wrong way, Ravan. Listen to me. Listen to my advice I'm giving to you. Ravan is being counseled, advised by Kalnemi. Not that Ravan wanted the advice, but Kalnemi was doing his part. He's saying, O Manarama Sani Hona Manarama Sani Hona Manarama Sani Hona. Ravan, develop affection for Sri Ram, not enmity. Change the pathway. Change the attitude. Worship the Lord. He Manarama Sani Hona Manarama Sani Hona Manarama Sani Hona Manarama Sani Hona. बड़े भाग्य मनुष्य तनु पाया बड़े भाग्य मनुष्य तनु पाया वृथा श्वास मत खोना वृथा श्वास मत खोना हे मन राम सनी होना. Ravan, it's a blessing to be born as a human being. Out of the 8,400,000 species of creation, the human form is the best. Vritha swas mat khona. Don't waste your breath in idle pursuits, Ravan. Give up the evil ways. Turn to Ram, that's Sri Ram. Here and now. Ram bhajo sab kaam kajo. Oh Ravan, wake up, jago, out, Ram, bolo, Ram. Listen, Ravan. नगरी में चोर बसतु है, नगरी में चोर बसतु है। हरदम चौकस रहना, हरदम चौकस रहना, ए मन राम सनी होना। The body of Ravan can be compared to a city, a village. तन नगरी में चोर बसतु है, thieves reside. Hate, anger, lust, greed, jealousy, these negativities, they run rampant over the city of the body. There is no peace. There is no peace. You have to get rid of them, O Ravan. Once these negativities are rampant, you can never turn to God. Therefore, listen what you need to do. Recognizing your circumstances, this is what you need to do. ज्ञान के सहबुन लेकर मिसदिना, ज्ञान के सहबुन लेकर मिसदिना, अंतर का मैला धोना, अंतर का मैला धोना, हे मन राम सनी होना। Ravan, when the body is dirty, one uses soap as a detergent. When the mind is dirty, Gyan, wisdom. On a daily basis, introspection. As a farmer would meticulously pluck out all the weeds from amongst the weeds to the seeds he has sown, so too on a daily basis, introspection. Pluck out the negativities. Gyan ki sabun. Use the detergent of wisdom. Purify the screen of the mind. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mat, matsirya, sangyakau. Hey Ravan, purify the screen of the mind. Having purified the mind, removing all the thieves, incarcerating them, all negativities, then enjoy. Enjoy what? Listen, Ravan. Nirbhaya Ram dhaki rasa chaku, Nirbhaya Ram dhaki rasa chaku, बेगी करा लो गवना, बेगी करा लो गवना, ए मन राम सनी होना, मन राम सनी होना, मन राम सनी होना, मन राम सनी होना, रावण राम सनी होना, संतो राम सनी होना, साधु राम सनी होना. When you purify the screen of the mind, O Ravan, then nirbhay, fearlessly, Ram Bhakti Rasa Chako, there is that substance of devotion to that same Sri Ram. You will achieve all fulfillment in life, Ravan. All fulfillment. And not only that, but liberation shall be yours. Why are you pursuing this pathway, Ravan? Devotees, the advice is for all of us to Ravan. All right? So it's for all of us. This is not only Kalnemi talking to Ravan, but these words are addressed to all of us. The attitude we need to have in life, what we need to do. This is the advice. So I see no more on that. Ravan became angry. More angry. And you know why? When a person is overpowered by ego, self-centeredness, can't tell you anything. You can't take correction. You poof it. Don't tell me anything. Ravan devotees was like this. He had this attitude. This is why I said Ravan is in every one of us. When we resist and resent correction and advice, this is Ravan. functioning inside of us. Devotees, he became angry. He said, Kalemi, I'm not asking for advice. I want you to go and stop Hanuman. If you stop Hanuman, half of Lanka shall be yours. Bribery started a long time, not only now. You're into the society to get anything done, you have to bribe. We have connection, you have to bribe. Whether water, whether light. Anything, anything. Sometimes even to get a place in a school, you have to bribe. A sickness, a disease in society. But who does it? Ravan, the demon. Negative tendencies. But then sometimes we say, if you don't do it, then you never get anything done. This is the system. When we do touch that, the system is rotten though. Devotees, Kalnemi was offered a bribe, an inducement. Half of Lanka shall be yours if you stop Hanuman. And then Ravan took up his sword. He said, if you don't go, I will kill you. So Ravan caught up between a rock and a hard place, as we say, between the devil and the deep blue sea. And devotees in life, there are many times when we are confronted by such situations. Many become agitated. And we are so carried away, we can't make a decision. One needs to analyze. And there is the antahakaran, the inner equipment in every one of us that we need to use. Manas, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. If we can use the antahakaran, we can analyze any situation and make wise decisions. And I've been saying that when we worship the Lord as Ganesh, we develop vivek, discriminative power, which is an essential, necessary quality to sift and to analyze. Where do I go? What decision to take? Without that Ganesh principle, we can't go anywhere. Devotees, Kalnemi was a demon, yes, but he analyzed. He analyzed. He began to reflect. What was reflections and what was decision? Yagyavalkya Muni said, Bharadwaj, listen, Bhagavan Shankar said, Goddess Parvati, I'm explaining to you Sri Ram's Katha. Kagbhushan said, Guruji, suno. दशकंधर सानयति एहि मन की हरिचार रामदूत कर मरण भल यह खलन तुमहि मरसिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण। कागभूषण जी बोले, हे गुरु जी, रावण सुनते ही बड़ा क्रोधित हुआ। तब कालनेमी ने अपने मन में विचार किया कि रघुनाथ जी के दूर के हाथ मरना तो अच्छा है, नहीं तो यह दुष्ट मुझे मार डालेगा। Ravan became very, very enraged, threatening Kalnemi with death. Kalnemi began to reflect. Of course, one must do everything possible to save one's life. He began to reflect. If I don't go, Ravan will kill me. If I go, Hanuman most likely will kill me. So anyhow, either side I go, I will die. But if I have to die, I must benefit in my death. If death is certain, I must benefit. So how he analyzed? If I die at the hands of Ravan, as we say, it's a one-way ticket to hell. That Mahadush kill me, I'm going to hell. If I die at the hands of Hanuman, Ram Bhakta Hanuman, I'll be free from bondage. So therefore, let me go and try to stop Hanuman. If I die, I'll be free from bondage. If I kill Hanuman, and the little demonic tendency is still there. Still there. It's always there, no matter how good we are. Still there. If I kill Hanuman, just by chance I kill Hanuman, half of Lanka is mine. So he's still thinking half of Lanka. Now devotees, this is how strange the human mind is. Very strange is human mind. Let me not elaborate upon it. Focus though, how this human mind functions. And we go back, when Kevat was told to wash Sri Ram's feet. Kevat arguing, I'm scared that, oh Lord, the dust from your lotus-like feet will transform my boat into a woman. Because the dust from your feet transforms rocks into women. Sri Ram gave him permission. Now he knew, Kevat knew, You know that Sri Ram walked on so many rocks in the forest, none was transformed except that one Ahilya. But you know what? He still got a wooden container, curiosity. I wonder if this will transform. Let me check it and see. Even though he knew that that would not happen. But this is function of the human mind. There's always something there in the human mind. Unless you come to the restrained state. And here let me establish it up front. Hanuman Baba symbolizes the mind principle in every one of us, metaphysically. There are 11 Rudras, 11 life principles, 5 senses of perception, 5 organs of action, and the mind. Hanumanji symbolizes the mind principle. He has 5 faces, Panchmukhi. These 5 faces represent 5 mental planes. Chiptam murham vikchiptam ekagram niruddham iti chid vibhumayah. Swami Patanjali put it like this. There is a raving mind, when the mind jumping all over the place. Raving mind. There is a forgetful mind. I've explained, like when you're flying a kite, thread bush and kite are you? You sit down here, mind gone, forget where you are. When Baba says, Jai, time to eat, wake up. Mind now come back. This happens, isn't that so? Now I'm saying these things because I want you to analyze that if the kite are you yet, where you are at what mental plane you are. There is the oscillating mind. It oscillates, analytical, which is better than the other two. But most times the analytical mind, it is to find loopholes, to criticize, maybe even to condemn what is being said. Higher than that is the one-pointed mind. One-pointed mind. As I put it, many people love to watch all these soaps on ZTV and other kind of TV. And when you sit down there and you're watching people's business, the house could fall and you don't know. That is one-pointed. If you could pray like that, you have no problem. That is better than the others do. And restrain the mind like the tortoise, pulling in all its limbs, hard shell on the outside, totally oblivious to the external surroundings. Meaning what? You are not focusing on materialism, you are totally, unequivocally as it were, focused on spirituality, nothing otherwise. Hanumanji, that is the highest mental plane. The highest mental plane. And devotees, I have explained this also, people say praying from the heart. As I mentioned this, sometimes people think by praying from the heart, you sit down in front of the murti and you well cry. You soak up 2-3 towel and sheet and thing, well crying. You say, I pray from my heart. I've always said when you cry from prayer, it is not because of bhakti, you're crying because of your problem. Your problem making you cry. You're thinking of your problems, you're just sustain and fustain. What is praying from your heart? What I just mentioned here. If all these senses are withdrawn, totally withdrawn from the external surroundings, focus totally on divinity, that is praying from your heart. It's not the physical heart. Not the physical heart. And if anybody prays you for one moment, whatever you put your mind on comes to fruition. But that is where the problem is. Majority of us, raving mind, forgetful mind, oscillating mind. In between, when I hear something that interests me a little bit, one point in mind, then I go back again. This is how the mind is, the nature of the mind. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna mentioned, Arjuna said, this mind very tenacious, very turbulent. And devotees, victory over the mind is really a great victory. Hanumanji symbolizes the mind principle, but Niruddhaman, the high state. And by worshipping Hanuman Baba, we can come to that level. And when we read of Hanuman Baba, what you have to analyze here, the journey of the mind, the disciplined mind, no matter what challenges it's confronted by, how it overcomes these challenges and attains success. The spiritual mind, Niruddhaman. The devotees, this is one of the reasons why Hanumanji is so very important, that we have to worship Hanuman. Hanuman is in every one of us. Whether I believe in Hanuman or I don't, the principle of Hanuman is in every single person, without exception. So devotees, we'll focus on Hanuman. Then we're talking about the Rakshas. Rakshas decided, he took a decision. Good analysis. I'll try this up Hanuman. Hanuman, that focused mind. Niruddhaman, always engaged in spiritual practices. The work of the divine. Hanumanji devotees is flying. Kalnimi decided to go and try to stop him. Along the pathway that he expected Hanumanji to pass, let's listen to what Kalnimi did to attract Hanuman and to destroy Hanuman. Yagyavalik Muni Singh Bharadwaji. Listen. असाय कही चला रचेसी मग माया शरम मंदिर वर भारग नाया मारुत सूत रामा मारुत सूत देखा सूत आसम मुनि बूझी जलतीय जाय सम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय सीता राम जय जय राम Asha kahi chala racheshi magmaya. He went to a selected spot devotees. Demon he was, but he had plenty power. What he did, he created a wonderful ashram, a holy place, a temple, a pond, beautiful flower garden, wonderful ambience. And not only that, a Rakshas, he was not very, very handsome, good looking. Yeah, physically he was not so good. So what he did, he transformed himself into a holy man with all the emblems, jata, mala, chandan, devotees. Now I want you to just pay attention to what Kalnemi is doing here. He wants to trap Hanuman, and which path is he using? He's using religious things to attract the mind. Religious things. You see, people are very easily caught up with religious things, and we don't, doubt that if I see this, this is something religious. We don't stop to think that it can be scheme even in religion. And if anybody wants to exploit you, to manipulate you, the easiest way to do it is through religion. Through religion. So Kalnemi is choosing this pathway. You are intelligent people, so I won't elaborate more, except to say that as you go through life, the so-called religious men, we have to watch them carefully. Analyze in society today in all religions and see many so-called religious men, what their lives are like, what has been done behind closed doors. Check it out and see. And all this in the name of religion. Easy to get fooled. This is the easiest way to fool somebody, through religion. Devotees, one digression. There's a fellow who lived in a certain village in India. And he was very poor. He had a daughter. He tried various strategies to come by wealth, but he couldn't make it. So he decided to go to another village. So he went to another village, but he told his daughter, go and pass on, the word that a Swami is coming from another village, another far country. This Swami is coming. And what he's going to do, he's going to make a murti appear out of the ground. He's going to make this murti appear out of the ground. Now people like tamasha. If you tell people go and put the murti already there, they want to go and see the murti coming out of the ground. So next day, devotees, the day that the appointed day, this fellow dressed up in Swami clothes and so on, and he came and he sat under a tree, a banyan tree. He chose the right kind of tree too. And he sat there in a particular spot. He had water, and he was saying whatever he was saying, I don't know. He kept offering the water on that spot, and people come from all sides. They want to see this Swami materialize a murti. And for the whole day, offering water and saying whatever, offering water. Now he was getting very, very frightened now because murti ain't coming out. There's a reason. Devotees, and just about 6 o'clock in the evening, and you know people have a kind of obsession about 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Baba, 12 o'clock I get the fever in the night. That means for it. Yeah? 6 o'clock in the evening, people have problem with these times. 6 o'clock, devotees, out of the ground, murti popped out. Out of the ground. Well, that fellow become a Swami, a saint overnight. He had to work again. But the people didn't know what he did. There are kind of seeds. There are kind of seeds, which if you soak it plenty, it expands. He dug a hole, filled that hole with seeds, and he put a murti covered lightly with dirt, lightly. So he kept on offering water, and the seeds swelling. And so happened fate on his side maybe. At the right point in time, the murti popped out of the ground. He come a Swami overnight, saint. Nobody knew the scheme he tried. Have you know the scheme? I knew it. And devotees, there is only one. It is common. Should I say that in Trinidad a fellow tried that? And the murti came out of the ground, but the mistake he made, he forgot to take out the tag from the puja store he bought it from. He made a mistake. So he was exposed. But devotees, just to pay attention to that. Everything that glitters is not gold. And this age, Kali Yuga, analyze closely and critical. This is what this katha is all about. This individual is trying to fool Hanuman. So what about any one of us? So he created the environment and he sat there, peeping up. Hanuman coming, as we say, lagly set, and waiting for the boat to come on land. Hanuman flying, coming through the air. Maruta Sutta Dekha Shubha Ashram. Hanuman saw this wonderful ashram. Oh, Swami sitting there. He said, you know what? I have a long distance to go. I will descend, I will quench my thirst, get the blessing of the Swami, and I'll proceed further. Devotees, first point here, if I want to trap you, I have to attract your eyes. This is psychology. So Kal Nemi created that which would attract the eyes of Hanuman. Hanuman would not be attracted to a sari shop or a jewel shop. No, a mithai shop. What attracts Hanuman? Things of a religious nature. Kal Nemi is smart. And devotees, in society today, people sit down and plan these things as strategies to fool us. What do you think advertisements on radio, on television is all about? Bombardment, psychological bombardment, the eyes. Yeah? All this is strategy. Kal Nemi was very smart. Hanumanji devotees, he saw that and decided, hey, let me go down. Will he be caught? Let's listen. Yagyavalkya Muni Sim Bharadwaj, listen. राक्षस कपट भेषतः सोहा राक्षस कपट भेषतः सोहा मायापति दूत ही पवन सुत नय लाग सो कहे राम गुण गाथा राम राम गुण गाथा लाग सुख राम गुण गाथा। Rakshas kapadheshtah soha. Yagyavalik Muni Singh Bharadwaji, that false Swami sitting there, and what is he attempting to do? In disguise, Mayapati dutahi chaha moha. He's trying to delude, he's trying to fool. Who? Hanuman. Who is Hanuman? The disciple of Sri Ram. Who is Sri Ram? Mayapati, the Lord of delusion. Now, I didn't say this because I like to talk. I like to talk, but I didn't say because I like to talk. There's a journey here. Hanuman, disciple of Sri Ram. Sri Ram, Mayapati. The Lord of delusion, the Lord of Maya. His Maya contaminates the whole world. And what we are saying here, if you are a disciple of such a Lord, a genuine disciple of such a Lord, could you be fooled? Could it ever happen to you? And therefore it goes by extension. If you're fooled, because you're not a devotee of the Lord, so you're subjected to Maya on all sides, contamination. Anybody could fool you. This is why devotees, we keep saying, turn to God. Sincerely and genuinely so. Don't play smart. Because you smart, somebody smarter than you. If you have smart men, you can't fool them. They could fool you easily. Don't play smart. Simply and honestly, sincerely surrender to God. Become a disciple of that Sri Ram, a devotee of Sri Ram. He is Mayapati. You can't get fooled. Okay? So this is solution, devotees, to overcome all these tricks and schemes that we're going to have all around us. And it's going to intensify with the passing of time in Kali Yuga. This is Kali Yuga. It's going to happen more and more. And you know, I ask a question, boy, people afraid God, boy? A man will disguise himself and pretend and play all this in God's name. You don't think he's going to catch up with you? Koi la kare chaturai karma ka lekh mein te na re bhai. But people don't seem to understand that. This is why I keep saying that with the passing of time, more and more atrocities will be seen. Because people have to pay for the karma. You're playing games with God. Don't play games with God. You damage yourself only. So devotees, why this is why I speak like that. Because, you know, it's a concern. I mean, if I am supposed to be reading and preaching for you, I'm supposed to guide you, not to entertain you. And this is why I make these statements, to prevent people from self-destructing. Just follow the principles. Here we see it, here devotees. It's for me, it's for all of us. Devotees, now watch. Hanumanji saw this person sitting there, Swami. He descended. Jai Sri Sitaram. Because he saw Swami. He wouldn't say anything otherwise. If he says Swami, you tell him Sitaram. He offered prostrations. The Swami now, devotees. Jai Sri Sitaram. Oh Hanuman. Right away, he started to praise Sri Ram. So the first stage is to show you what you like to see. And the second part is to say what you like to hear. These are the traps. If you don't like what I'm saying, then you won't come. I can't trap you. If you don't like what you're seeing, you won't come. This is the psychological part of the devotees. And this is the trap. And don't forget, people sit down and study this. They study human nature. And they study what to do to trap you. By sight, by hearing. And what else Hanumanji loves to hear except Sri Ram's glories? Kalimi, under normal circumstances, he wouldn't praise Sri Ram. Trying to trap Hanuman, he's praising Sri Ram. ज्ञान दृष्टि बल मोहि अधिकारी हर हे मैं देखूं भाई ज्ञान दृष्टि बल मोहि अधिकारी। राम रावण में महायुद्ध होता है, श्री रामचंद्र जीतेंगे इसमें कुछ संदेह नहीं है। Carl Niemi started. There's a great war on between Sri Ram and Ravan, but Sri Ram will win the war. There's no doubt about it. And what is he doing here? He waiting to kill Hanuman so Sri Ram could lose the war. You see attitude? How can you tell? Now Hanuman can't tell. He wouldn't tell. He is listening. Devotees, Carl Niemi is boasting. Sri Ram is going to win the war. With a Swami. And every Swami is supposed to know how to check book, how to do things. He's supposed to have power as far as people are concerned. That's why people gravitate towards them. Anybody. They want people, Swamis and Pandits, whoever, to do things for them. They believe they have power. Carl Niemi is saying, Iha rahe mai dekho bhai. I'm sitting here, but I am seeing what is happening in Lanka. Jnana drishti bal mohi adhikai. I have the power to sit down and see things far. No, whatever is hidden, I have the power to see it. This is big. Now, many of us with our simple minds might not understand. My mind gets more complex over the years. So I've learned to understand what Carl Niemi is saying here. Hanuman going to look for Sajivan. Hanuman doesn't know Sajivan. So when Carl Niemi come and say, Swami, Sri Ram winning the war, I could see things hidden. And Hanuman will say, Swamiji, you could see Sajivan. You could tell me where it is. And simply, devotees, if you are in need, and pay attention to my words, if you are in need and you come upon unscrupulous people, they harness you like a donkey and they ride you for the rest of your life. Believe me, unscrupulous people, they use your needs, they use your vulnerability to put you under pressure. That is happening all sides in society. Simple terms, simple ways these things happen. This is why a person needs to always be aware of what you're doing. Conscious of where you are, who you're interfacing with. Be very, very conscious. In subtle ways, these traps are laid. So Carl Niemi said, I could sit here and see things very, very far. Hanuman listened to him. Yes, Swami. Hanuman come to all that, He said, talk, go ahead, talk. But when he finished praise himself, he had the power and so on, Hanumanji responded. He said, Mangha jal ke hi deen kamandan kaha kati nahi aghau bhore jal. Saramajana Rama, Saramajana Kari Adur Avahu Disha Devu Jana Devi Pavahu Jaya Rama Sri Rama, Jaya Rama Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Manga jal ki deen kamandal. Hanuman said, "Oh Swami, I've come from very far, I'm very thirsty, could you give me something to drink?" Hanuman, this Swami had a kamandal. It's like a luta with a handle, with a little mouth in it. But some declare he had poison in it. He was well prepared, you know. Poison Hanuman first. If poison had worked, well, something else had to work. But Hanuman said, "Swami, the distance I have come from, this little bit of water can't quench my thirst." Swami was prepared. Swamiji said, "Saramajan Kariyato Ravahu." There is a pond right there. Hanuman, go and quench your thirst, refresh yourself, and come back. But when you come back, Diksha Devu, Gyan Jahi Pabahu. I want to initiate you. I want to give you the mantra. So just how I could see things far, far, you will start to also see things far, far. See the trap? Now, devotees, if I tell people, come, I've given you a special power today. I have a special thing if I give you that. You get power too bad. So in the morning service, I have please, I can bet you that. Telling you that. Tell them, come on, boy, too far. Telling me what people want, I don't know. And the greatest power of all, that Lord, people don't want to turn to him. Devotees, Hanuman, Ashtasiddhi, he had 8 major yogic powers, 27 minor yogic powers. What is stupidness about you will see things far, far? Hanuman paid no mind to him, you know. But the false sadhu playing the game. So he wants to initiate you. He wants to become a guru. So when I have you as my chela, I have you under control. Whatever I say you have to do. Devotees, so this Swami looking for chela. He looking for people to christen, but not any kind of people. Hanuman. Hanumanji said, "Acha, Swamiji, whatever you say." And Hanumanji decided to go and take his bath. Hanumanji went into the pond where he was supposed to refresh himself and come back to get initiated. What happened there? कपिपदः मकरी अति अकुलः शरपैठत कपिपदः मकरी अति अकुलः हे राम मकरी अति अकुलः मारी सोधरी दिव्य तनु चली गगन तलिया सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय शरण Sarapaitat Kapipadagaha Makri Atyakulan. In that pond devotee there was a Makri. Now Makar means crocodile, Makri means female crocodile. And as I always say, if you call the female, that species is more bad than the male, you know. Do play with them? Hanumanji devotees stepped into the pond. And from the time he stepped in the pond, the she crocodile, the Makri, rushed and grabbed Hanuman foot to pull him under the water. Hanumanji devotees, Vajra ke saman his body, like steel. He felt something tickle him down by his foot. When he watched, he see the Makri trying to bite him and pull him down. Hanuman said, "Oh, Makri." He put the foot on the Makri head, and the devotees, not too hard, push him a little bit, and Makri died. Makri choka. But what happened, devotees? When that shell fell away, there appeared a celestial, an apsara, a celestial dancer. She bowed to Hanuman, said, "Hanuman, seeing you, Kapita Darash Bhayav Nishpapa, Mita Tat Munivar Srapa, getting your darshan, my srap, my curse, which I had, is now removed." Now, devotees, this Makri and Karnemi, they were 2 celestials in the celestial region. One day, Durvasha Rishi, he was passing there, you know, and Durvasha wasn't a very handsome person. I resemble him. If you see me, put some beard and you see Durvasha. You know, not good looking and so on. So when these 2 saw Durvasha, they began to laugh at him, mock him. You know how people, whatever, big head, you call them heads. Big teeth, you call them teeth. You make mockery of their physical disabilities or whatever it may be. Devotees, they laughed at Durvasha. Durvasha wasn't very good looking, whatever, but he had power. And he said, you too, you're in the celestial region and laughing at people, go, you shall be demons. Nothing is wrong with laughing, but don't laugh at people. You can laugh with people. Don't laugh at them. It's a disgusting attitude, but I Trini culture. So imagine how much him coming Rakshas. Fellow with one hand call him doubles and laugh at him. I know that laugh sometimes. Very good. Devotees, we have to rise beyond that. Think about the sensitivity of such people. And to laugh at people. Yeah. So this Apsara is saying, the only means of redemption, Durvasha told us, was by getting your darshan. Now I have seen you, Hanuman. I am free. I am going. But you see, the Rakshas and devotees, every time I come to this katha, I have to hold my hand down. Because, my hand has keep pointing. And in one katha, there was a pandit, Narganya. He was sitting in front and I say, you see, that Swami is a false sadhu. And I pointed to the fellow and the fellow get up and go home. A prominent person. Panagyanava will tell you who he was. It wasn't you. So I had to hold my hand down. But devotees, if my hand pointed, I don't point at anybody. What the Apsara is saying, that sadhu, that Swami is a false sadhu. He's a Rakshas, Ghor Rakshas in that form. Hanuman, Saudhan, be aware. Now I want you to understand what happens here. When you're in the right path, I keep saying, doing the right things, nature conspires. Nature conspires to make things work for you. This nature conspires in here at all. This is a conspiracy. You can hear me, devotees. Yeah. So, nature conspires to make things work for you. Here you see what is happening? Even the demon is, she's saying, Hanuman, Rakshas, be very, very careful. Very, very careful. So devotees, Hanuman came to know. Right? Without exerting himself. The answers came to him. He didn't go looking for answers. And this is what we keep saying. When you do the right things in life, you attach yourself to divinity, all the answers come to you. Everything comes to you. You are protected. But you have to surrender to that divine. Be attached to him. So devotees, Kalnemi, the Apsara went to a respective abode, and Hanuman Baba now realized, okay, Rakshas, let me know how to deal with him. Are we going to get a fix anytime quick? No? All right. Devotees, by this time, Kalnemi sitting there thinking, Hanuman is dead. All the time passed. And he was imagining in his own mind that how he was dividing Lanka. Greed. Greed. He will take half of Lanka. That is high. Give Ravan the lower part. Ravan will drown. He started to cheat Lanka, cheat Ravan even before he got Lanka. He began to cheat Ravan in his own mind. Greed. Devotees. And while he was thinking along these lines, Pushpak Viman, he was thinking of flying in Pushpak Viman. Hanuman came out and he came to the Swami and said, Swamiji, I want to give you Dakshina first before you give me mantra. Now the normal procedure is that you worship your Guru and Guru give you Dakshina, give you a mantra and so on, and then you give Guru Dakshina. Hanuman wanted to start something new. I want to give Dakshina first, Gurudev. And he didn't wait for Guru to say yes or no. What he did, he wrapped his tail around Guruji's neck, and he picked him up upside down and dashed him on his head. And when he dashed this Rakshas, he cried, Ram! When he bawled out, Ram, Hanuman said, Kya bole? Say it again. You say it so nice, eh? When you're in pain, you say it very nice, you know. When things good, Ram! If not Ram. You twist it all how. Devotees, Kalnemi called Sri Ram's name, but what happened? That this guy's lost, and his ferocious Kalnemi form was there. But out of that form, there appeared who? The celestial form, the Gandharva. He bowed to Hanuman and said, Hanuman, through your grace, I'm free from this bondage. That sage gave me a shrap, but that shrap proved to be a blessing to me today. And so I'm going back to my respective abode. all praises to you, Hanuman. And so Kalnemi went back, Gandharv, he went back to his celestial abode. Hanumanji wasn't caught up at all. Kalnemi couldn't overpower him. No way was he affected by all the scheme of Kalnemi, simply because this was how he lived. The grace of Sri Ram, the power of Sri Ram. So devotees, that is something to bear in mind. The closer you are to God, the easier it is for us to overcome all negativities. All right? So Kalnemi, Hanuman Baba devotees, he went right up to the north part of India, and it is said that mountain was there. He couldn't identify the mountain. The herb, sorry. He picked up the whole mountain. Jai Sri Ram. This part of it we all know. And so he came flying back. Coming back, he said to himself, Sri Ram always spoke about Bharat. I wonder how Bharat is. Let me pass over Yodhya Puri and see. And devotees, there was a wonderful interaction between Hanuman and Bharat. But we're not focused on that. Hanuman is coming back. And early next morning, everybody in the camp of Sri Ram, looking upwards, when Hanuman will come. Will he come? Is he successful? Watching for the dawn. If dawn breaks, and that mountain, that herb is not administered, Lakshman will die. So devotees touch and go, touch and go. Sri Ram sitting there, and devotees crying, asking Lakshman, open your eyes, O Bhaiya Lakshman, open your eyes. Devotees, I'll summarize it in a simple bhajan. Don't mind not any PA, you could hear me, I think my voice big. Yeah. Sri Ram is saying, Hanuman, Bhaiya Lakshman, utho na, kuch bolo. मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ कुछ मुँह से जाओ बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ है मेरे लखन बीर हाय विपद के समय मुझे क्यों छोड़ अकेला जाते हाय विपद के समय मुझे क्यों छोड़ अकेला जाते भैया तुम ही तो मेरे अरमान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ भैया तुम ही तो मेरे अरमान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ है मेरे लखन वीर बलवान बोल तो हाय अयोध्या जाकर माँ को क्या उत्तर मैं दूंगा हाय अयोध्या जाकर माँ को क्या उत्तर मैं दूंगा भैया तुम ही अयोध्या की शान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ भैया तुम ही अयोध्या की शान बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ है मेरे लखन वीर बलवान बोल तो हाय रात भी चली आधी और हनुमान न आए हाय रात भी चली आधी और हनुमान न आए भैया तुम बिन भजूंगा अपने प्राण बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ भैया तुम बिन भजूंगा अपने प्राण बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ कुछ मुँह से जाओ बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ कुछ मुँह से जाओ बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ मेरे लखन वीर बलवान बोल तो कुछ मुँह रणधीर बलवान बोल. Oh brother, in time of adversity you have deserted me. You know, crying in his own heart, he's saying, Bhaiya, wake up, say something. I depend upon you. When I go back to Ayodhya, Puri, and Mata asks, Sri Ram, where is Bhaiya Lakshman? What will I tell them? That I got you killed? You are the light of Ayodhya, Puri. Oh brother, wake up. Then Sri Ram looked upwards. He said, oh, it's already past midnight. Hanuman has still yet not come. And then he said, oh brother, if you die, I wouldn't live. I can't live without you. I shall also die. Sri Ram lamenting devotees, grieving deeply for his brother. And this was the kind of environment, the atmosphere that existed. All the monkeys and bears sitting there, everybody quiet, depressed, hoping that Hanuman would come back. And you know, as I said, one monkey looking up all the time, and he saw something huge coming through the air. He jumped up. He said, look, Hanuman coming, but he hold back. But if that wasn't Hanuman, they'd have a dead monkey there. This point in time, you want no false alarm, na? Make sure before you open your mouth, as the saying goes, put your brain in gear before you put your mouth in motion. So Hanuman Baba devotee, this monkey made sure. And when he saw Hanuman, this mountain coming, then he said, look, Hanuman is coming. Hanuman came there, devotee, Jai Shri Ram. And he put down the mountain. And he came and bowed on Sri Ram's feet. He said, Prabhu, I couldn't identify the herb, but about the mountain. You understand what a devotee of God could do? He never accepts failure. Never. He always finds a solution. He never disappoints his master. This is when you have Niruddha Man, that well-disciplined mind, focused on spirituality. Hanuman didn't fail, never failed devotees. So anybody with this disciplined mind, you wouldn't fail. You may have challenges, but success is ultimately going to come. Sushen quickly went, he got the herb, he knew it. He brought it back and administered to Lakshmanji. And devotees, little by little, the color came back into Lakshmanji's face. And his breathing from non-existent became deep and then a bit lighter. And his eyes flicked open. And the first face he saw was the tear-stained face of his brother Sri Ram, who was crying for him through the whole night. He stood up, he wake up, he got up, Jai, Bhaiya, they embraced. That embraced devotees. Think about it. On all sides, the monkeys and bears, Jai Lakshman, Jai Ram, Jai Hanuman. Ravan waking whole night, hoping that the sun doesn't rise until Lakshman dead. But now devotees, when Jai Jaikar rang out, the sun rose from the eastern skies. And that same sunlight brought joy to the camp of Sri Ram. Ravan collapsed. Disappointment. And here in Jai Jaikar, Lakshman didn't die. Lakshman is alive. Lakshman is well. Hanuman was successful. Kalnemi was dead. Sun has risen. Ravan had to fight his battle himself. And it is said, the way of the transgressor is exceedingly difficult. Anytime you go that kind of way, out of line, you must suffer the consequences. Nobody gets away. Nobody. Devotees. And as we know, Sri Ram went on to destroy Ravan, and the battle was won. Sita was freed, and after 14 years in exile, Sri Ram returned to Ayodhya Puri to become Raja Ram. Adav Rama tapobana dikamanang hatvam rigam kanchanam Vaidehi haranang chetayu marnang sugriv sambhashanam Bali nirdaranang samudra taranang lanka puri dahanam Paschar pumkaran ravan hananang etadhi Ramayanam. Ramayana in brief. We put everything in 2 nights. So devotees, this is what happened. And Hanuman Baba, the recommendation is that everybody should worship Hanuman. Hanuman, the inner Hanuman needs to be strong. And especially in the circumstances, the condition to which we're exposed in our society today, you need to have a strong mind, a disciplined mind, and to focus on spirituality. More and more, the problems people are going to have, you're going to have many spiritual men coming, inverted commas, to help you with your problem. God helps those who help themselves. Depend on the Lord. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled. Remember the traps that are laid for us as we go through the corridors of life. If you worship Hanuman, stay close to that divine, nobody could fool you. Nobody could fool you. Devotees, it all depends upon us, the choices we make in life. Okay? So, with the blessings of Pawan Putra Bajrang Bali, I conclude. Bole Shri Pawan Putra Hanuman ki
ॐ जय स्वाहा माता मैया जय